Ever had a date that felt like a trip to the supermarket? You know, when they're scanning you like a barcode? The first red flag of dating, an excessive interest in your financial status. Let's take a little ride on the memory lane, shall we? Picture this. You're on a first date, the ambience is perfect, the food is great, and the conversation, well, it feels like you're at a job interview instead of a romantic outing. Your date is throwing financial jargon at you, comparing your income to the GDP of a small country, and calculating your worth as if you were a supermarket. Now, that's not exactly the sweet talk you were hoping for, right? It's like they're trying to guess the price of your life. So if your date is more interested in your wallet than you, it's a red flag. They might just be shopping for a sugar daddy or mommy. Ever been on a date where you're the third wheel, and the other person isn't even there? It's time to talk about the second red flag in dating. Talking too much about exes. Picture this. You're out on a date, trying to enjoy your cinegang, when your date starts telling you about Jane. How Jane loved this restaurant, how Jane would have ordered the same dish. And you're sitting there, spoon in hand, wondering if you should be offering condolences or asking for the check. It's like being in a love triangle with a ghost. You're there, but they're dining with their past. This isn't a date, it's a rerun of a ghost story, and you're just an unwilling spectator. So here's a tip. If your date seems to be having a séance with their ex rather than a conversation with you, it's time to pack up your Ouija board and run. Ever experienced love at the speed of light? It's more disorienting than you think. Picture this. You're on your first date with someone. The food is great, the ambience is romantic, and the conversation is flowing. All seems well until they start planning your wedding right there over the dessert. They've already picked out the names of your future kids and have decided that your honeymoon should be in Palawan. You're flabbergasted. You're still trying to decide if you like their sense of humor, and they're already planning your golden wedding anniversary. This, my friends, is our third red flag, rushing into a relationship. While it's flattering to be adored, remember that real love isn't a sprint. It's a marathon. It's about knowing and understanding each other, not just rushing to the finish line. So, if your date's moving faster than a bullet train on steroids, it's time to hit the brakes. Scene script. Let's recap, shall we? Oh wait, I can't say let's. Alright, how about this? A recap we shall have. So first up on the red flag runway, we had the gold digger diva, who seemed to have a keen interest in your bank account rather than your heart. If your date's eyes light up more at the sight of your credit card than your smile, you might want to reconsider your choice of companion. Next, we had the ex-obsessed extraordinaire. Now, it's one thing to have a past, but it's another to set up camp there. If your date's conversation is more haunted by exes than a ghost town, it's probably time to call the Ghostbusters. And finally, we had the Speedy Gonzales of love. Remember, love isn't a sprint, it's a marathon. If your date's trying to rush you to the finish line, it's best to slow down and catch your breath. Remember, if your date's showing these red flags, it might be time to swim to safer waters, or at least get a bigger boat.